And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, The kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, Lo here, or Lo there, but behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Isaiah 32. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Because, hey, man, we angels too. We're just wrapped in this flesh, but we have that angelic spirit within us, man. The difference between an angel and us, they don't have the flesh. They're already perfected, okay? They're spirits of fire. That spirit is within these earthen vessels that we hold right now, okay? And we're fighting to get back in that state which we had from before, that glory which we had from before. Only difference is we're going to rule in planet Earth in new flesh. All right, so we're going to have those angelic spirits that we have right now in newer, sinless flesh. All right, we're going to be perfected as our Lord and Savior, Yahushua, is perfected. And he's going to rule in the planet Earth with 144,000 ruling under him, all being perfected in perfect flesh with the angelic spirits, with angelic power. Okay?
But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind, and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations. Hopefully, look out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, you brothers, all right, and you sisters whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures, all right, through faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. And what I want to get into is some videos I've been watching. And what you have, Trump, won, the what they call it, I think the caucus, and with Idaho or Iowa, one of those states. And now what you have is these Edomites rallying behind Trump, as if Trump is going to save, all right, America. Okay, because Trump, pretty much is pushing that when he gets back in office, okay, that he's going to be dictator for a day and undo, okay, the mayhem caused by the Democrats, okay. So you have these red-blooded Americans, they're pretty much rallying behind Trump, okay, as as salvation for America, man. All right, and we're gonna listen to some videos, and you're gonna see these devils, all right, are becoming very optimistic, you know, about Trump coming in and fixing America, okay, which they're going to be greatly disappointed. All right, and these are truthers that we're going to listen to, and this is why those truthers only go so far. You see, you only get the full truth, the full understanding of what's going on, all right, through Yahweh Shemal Shai's men, okay, that he set up, all right, to feed his sheep with knowledge and understanding. Because those truthers, they have, good information, they have different sources, and, they can do informative videos, okay, but when it comes to the end game, that's when they err, okay, because they still want America, all right, to be rejuvenated. And we know that's not going to be the case. Okay, which you want to get into these things. I want to get that word optimistic. All right, then get a couple precepts, and then we'll get straight into the videos. Lord will is informative, okay, and edifying. All right. This is the word optimistic. It says hopeful and confident about the future. Okay. And when we watch these videos, you're going to see that these devils are very hopeful and confident about the future, with Trump as president. Okay. But they're going to be highly disappointed because the Lord has plans, all right, for America, man. All right. And Trump ain't got no power. Biden don't got no power. Okay. They're just figureheads. Okay. And it's delusion that people have some type of choice. Okay. The illusion of freedom, the illusion of choice. Okay. Now, let's get this in Jeremiah 49:13. It said, "For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, that Basra shall become a desolation." All right. And Basra is speaking of America, man. So the Lord has sworn by itself that Basra is going to become a desolation. It says a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the city thereof shall be perpetual waste. And he's going to do that through the chariots and through ICBM nukes, man. Okay, you just El Apostle Hart did a video, about the brother, all right, the Jake that had a vision, of nukes, okay, coming from the eastern hemisphere to the western hemisphere, all right, which is biblical prophecy, man. And it don't matter who's in president, man. All right, who's in office, what political party. All right, it wouldn't matter. Okay, this place is done. So I want to get this first video. All right, they're dealing with this guy. All right, Mike Adams, and I got a strike on GMS Kingdom Minded. So I can't do nothing on their page for a week, but I'll be on this channel. Lord will, mostly. The other channel, GMS Prisoners of Yahweh Shai. So if you don't, you're not gonna see any content on the GMS Kingdom Minded page for a week. So you be looking for something. All right, it has a scrap. So I'll be mainly on this page, majority of the time, but also on the GMS Prisoners of Yahweh Shai as well. Okay, so let's get this video. It said, now the title of the video is "Time for America to Rally Behind Trump or Lose Our Republic Forever." And see, these Edomites are desperate. They done. The fact that they still even will believe in this political system shows that they're done. All right, and this is what we're seeing. Okay, so I'm gonna let this play. All right, and brothers, post any precepts that come to mind. All right, as you hear the devil talks. All right.
Well, Texas Senator Ted Cruz has endorsed Donald Trump for president, and Vivek Ramaswamy has endorsed Trump. In fact, well, there are all kinds of governors and senators and leaders who are endorsing Trump. And after Trump's decisive win, and just blowout win in Iowa, it's very clear that Trump is the only choice for the GOP leadership, the nomination position. And given the horrendous circumstances of what the Democrats are offering America, it's also clear that Trump is the choice for America. Now, as much as I have a few reservations about Trump that I've mentioned before, one of the things that Trump said after his victory in Iowa was that it's time to unite behind Trump for president, and it's time for America to heal and come together and stop playing around with.
Heard that. He said it's time for America to heal and come together. All right, which is prophetic. Okay, and that's why I had these few scriptures, already posted. All right, this is Jeremiah 51:8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her, if so she may be healed. And now we're seeing these Edomites scrambling to try to heal America, man. Okay, the America, all right, that they came to love, all right, is fading away. It's gone. This place is done. All right, this place is done, and this is good news on our behalf, man. Okay, if a brother can post that in St. John 16, I believe 20 and 21. All right. So what we're seeing, okay, is the devils have gotten desperate. These Edomites, these Joe Six-Pack Edomites are desperate, okay, for America to be healed. Okay, but America is already written out the script. All right, within prophecy, man. Jeremiah 51:9 said, we will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. All right, so America's wickedness, okay, it has reached to the spiritual realm, to the throne of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Okay, the complaints and the filthiness of America has made it into the heavens, man. Okay, and the Lord already has a judgment for this place. Okay, there's a judgment already written for America, man. Okay, so Salaki. Yeah, man. All right, all this crying about heal America, that's not written in the script, man. Ain't nothing but destruction for America in the script. Okay, so I'm gonna play some more.
These globalists like Nikki Haley, or New World Order Nikki, as she says about Trump that I've mentioned before. One of the things that Trump said after his victory in Iowa was that it's time to unite behind Trump for president, and it's time for America to heal and come together and stop playing around with these globalists like Nikki Haley, or New World Order Nikki, as she's sometimes called, and just get behind Trump, get Trump into office, and work with him the best we can. Despite the issues that he's got, with Big Pharma and just endless support of Israel's bombing of Gazans and so on, Trump he's the best choice for America at this point. So I'm going to say also, along with Senator Ted Cruz, that it is time to get behind Trump and make sure that the Democrats are removed from power. Trump's not perfect. We're never going to get a perfect candidate. And I pray that he doesn't make the same mistakes in the second administration, his third administration, that he made in his first administration. For example, keeping traitors around him and, appointing traitors and backstabbers into positions of power, like Attorney General, for example. I pray that he has learned those lessons the hard way and that he will do much better this time. And I think he will. I don't think Trump is naive at this point. I think he's seen enough. I think he knows exactly how toxic the Democrats are and how much the radical left wants to destroy America. And Trump is going to do the best he can, I believe, to try to salvage America And even then, it probably won't be enough. But hey, at least America will go down fighting. And then we will rebuild out of the ashes. And that's one of the main messages I have for you today. I've said this before, but it's worth sort of restating. Trump can't save America, but he's still the best choice for president at this point. I mean, the best viable choice. You know, Dr. Shiva is fantastic, and I love Dr. Shiva's ideas, but an independent candidate just isn't viable in our two-party dominated system, sadly. It's the same story with RFK Jr. You know, for a while, I thought RFK Jr. might be the best choice for president. And then I learned more about who he would nominate for the U.S. Supreme Court, you know, disastrous left-wing judges, most likely. And I learned that RFK Jr. really, you know, he hasn't spoken out against the genocide in Gaza. He's so pro-Israel that he can't even speak out on behalf of the women and children who are being bombed and killed in Gaza, which tells me that he's not the man of principle that I thought he was. That when it comes down to it, he will appease his Israeli donors rather than tell the truth about a very important humanitarian issue. And so that's when I lost real faith in RFK Jr. as a potential presidential candidate. Now, I know that Trump is all pro-Israel as well. I've been very open about that. I've been very critical about that. And look, there's nothing wrong with supporting Israel per se. It's just that the current, you know, far right, the Netanyahu cabal that's running Israel is a genocidal war criminal regime. And I have a big problem with how much control Israel has over the United States Senate and the administration and the press and so on. I mean, my goodness, why does America leap to defend Israel, but America does nothing to defend America's own borders, you know? There's a problem there. Should be America first, not Israel first. Nothing against Israel. It's just we got to defend our own borders first, for God's sake. But no, we send the entire U.S. Navy to Israel as if U.S. taxpayers should just fund Israel's defense no matter what. It's absurd. But how is Trump going to handle that? Well, I believe that Trump will try to extricate us from that conflict, and he will try to de-escalate. But
The video just went away. All right, but the point was pretty much made. All right, so let's address some of these things, and you see how optimistic you know these devils are, you know, about if Trump getting in office, they really think, you know, that he's going to turn this thing around. All right, get America back great again. Nah. Okay, so let's deal with prophecy. Okay, see, this is why understanding prophecy is key. You know, this is why there's an emphasis. All right, there's emphasis on prophesying. All right, because even you go here, you see they're optimistic because they're dealing with a narrative that's outside of prophecy. All right, but when you deal with prophecy, okay, you know exactly what it is. We know exactly what it is, man. Okay, now this is 1 Corinthians, all right, 14 and 39. All right, and it reads, "Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy, and forbid not to speak with tongues." So why should we covet to prophesy, all right, or have a yearning, all right, for the spirit of prophecy? Because now we understand exactly what's going to happen in the earth. Okay, we understand what it is, and this is why, as Elder Apostle Tahar say, our job is to prophesy, man. You know, we speak on other things. You know, we get into the history, all right, because even history helps you understand prophecy, man. Okay, we get into the behavior and the misconduct of our people, you know, and we defend certain points of the gospel, but the main thing, all right, that we have to stay engaged with is prophecy, man. Okay, because everyone is trying to create a narrative of what they want to happen, but it's already written what's going to happen. Okay, and the Lord gave us the spirit to understand these things. All right, this is the book of let's see, no, it's 46. Let's get that in Isaiah 46. Okay, and 9 it says, "Remember the former things are old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me." Okay, there is none like me. And how does the Lord separate himself from all these narratives and false deities out in the earth? Verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So the Lord is doing all his pleasure in the earth. The counsel of the Lord is contained within the prophecies. Okay, and what's one of the Lord's pleasures that's spoken of in the scriptures? Okay, we read the first precept we brought out. The Lord swore by himself that he would destroy Basra. Okay, that's one of the Lord's pleasures, is to destroy America, man. Okay, so let's read this. This is Luke 12:32. Said, fear not, little flock, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. See, we're in the transition of kingdoms. Okay, and you have Joe Sixpack, Esau, Edomite, Joe Sixpack. They're you know, they're clawing and scratching, all right, to try to preserve this thing, man. Okay, to try to go back to the good days. All right, those days are gone, and this kingdom is gone. Okay, we're in the transition of kingdoms. Okay, and this is why we gotta, all right, stay occupied in prophecy, as the scriptures say. What's that in that's Sirach 39:1? If a brother can post it, Sirach 39:1. All right, this is Malachi 1:3. It says, and I hated Esau. See, that's what you devils don't understand. The Most High hate you devils. You devils is worried about who's going to be next president and what he supposed to do, and you need Trump to be a dictator and to get the right cabinet. You trying to go through all these technicalities to fix America, but guess what? The Lord hates you devils, man. The Lord hates you Edomites. You're done. Okay, your kingdom is finished. Okay, the presidency is a joke. All right, those people that have no power. The people with the power, okay, is the banksters, man. America is owned by the elite bankers, man. Okay, the president is nothing but a puppet and a do boy. Okay, they allow these different Edomite devils to be president. Okay, so this is Malachi 3. So like in Malachi 1:3 says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and inherited his waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the Lord, the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Okay, so these devils, they fell as the pagan Roman Empire. It's pretty much supplanted by Jake, and that's where you have they call the Holy Roman Empire during what they call the Dark Ages. All right, Constantinople. All right, the Byzantine Empire. All right, and other monarchs that was set up in Europe. That was Jake. All right, but Esau returned during the Renaissance and established another kingdom. Okay, that deadly wound was healed. Okay, so they built all right another empire in the earth, but the Lord said, but I will throw down. Now we're in the time where he's going to throw down. Okay, the Lord, whom is the people whom the Lord have indignation forever. The Lord is pissed at you Edomites, man. It's way beyond some goddamn Democrat and Republic. Okay, and the cabinet members, and it's way beyond that, man. The Lord has indignation with you devils, man. All right, and the scriptures say that what that he will have war, all right, with Amalek from generation to generation. And Amalek, when they talk about those small hats, they hate how much control that Israel has over America. Well, they own America. Okay, Amalek runs the show. All right, and they couldn't, all right, and they're cutting you Joe six packs out the deal. Okay, that white privilege that you've enjoyed for all these decades, okay, these centuries, okay, is being shredded right before your eyes, man. This Exodus 17 and 14 says, and the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book. Okay, and we have that book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, man. All right, and Amalek is, all right, the chief of you Edomites, man. All right, America is owned by Amalek. So the Lord's going to put out, all right, if he's going to put out the remembrance of the owners, okay, then his possessions are done. Okay, and America is known as the excellency of the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were those ancient warlocks, okay, that ran things behind the scene of the Babylonian Empire. Even Nebuchadnezzar himself was a Chaldean, all right, a warlock. Okay, so the excellency of the Chaldeans is America, man. America was used by the elites. America was glamorized by the elites to influence the earth in wickedness, man. Okay, and also used for a hammer to smash nations that wouldn't comply. Okay, but now we're at that time, all right, where their hammer, as it said in Jeremiah, is going to be cut asunder. Okay, the American troops are about to lose all the troops that go overseas. All right, they finna get their ass handed to them, and then the nukes coming over here to deal with the inhabitants of America, man. Okay, America finna lose globally. America and anything attached to it is done. All right, if you still live based on the philosophy of America, the West, okay, you're done. All right, the Lord's finna close curtains, man. It says that Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nasa. All right, Yahweh is my banner when you go into it in the Hebrew. And it says, for he said, because the Lord has sworn, all right. It said, for he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Isn't this a generation? Okay. And right now we're in the spiritual war, but it is going to eventually get physical, man. And Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh is going to send his son, Yahweh Shai, man, to finish this place off. Okay. Let's get this in Ezekiel 35. All right. You devils are out of here, man. Ezekiel 35 and 1. It says, prophesy against Mount Seir, which is you Edomites, man. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay, this is the future, okay, of you Edomites, man. Okay, this is the future of America, is to become desolate. It said, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had to end, and these devils never let up. Okay, you see, there's still a punishment for how you handled us when we was given into your hand, because you went too far. Okay, you went too far with how you did us in captivity, man. You went overboard with it. Okay, so that has to be paid back. You see, these truthers, and so they bring all this information, all right, just for them to go settle for Trump. And you can hear the desperation in his voice. And I got another video, and you're gonna hear you're gonna hear the desperation in these Edomites' voices, man. Okay. He said, therefore, as I live, said the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Ain't no good news for you Edomites in the near future, man. All right, you done had your run, you done had your kingdom. Okay, now it's time for you to be thrown down. It's time for you to go into captivity and eventually be rid out the earth, man. All right, and this is why we should be occupied in these prophecies, man. Okay, because the prophecy, see, that's the only thing that's finna matter is what's happening. All right, according to prophecy, man. Sirach 39:1 is the brother. GMS, look up the brother. Anah, a priest Anah, Shalom, Akia, Yahabashima Shah Brakatah. I said, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in the prophecies. Okay, that's why we occupied in these prophecies, man. All right, speaking these things before it happened. Okay, so let's go here. Let me play this other one. All right.
When the truth is known to the entire world, we are going to have extreme accountability.
And welcome to the Stu Peters Show. I'm Paul Harrell, filling in for Stu. So, as we approach the 2024 presidential election, the Mockingbird media is rolling out its same old lines about the bad orange dictator who's coming to deport your illegal domestic worker and force federal employees to return to work in person. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dictator Donald J. Trump is back and scarier than ever before if you're a war criminal globalist who spent the better part of 4 years opening American borders and grooming kids. And you know what? If we're being honest, we hope that dictator Trump is just as scary as his enemies say he is. We hope he seizes control, seizes back control, and dominates the globo homos with an iron fist because, let's face it, that would be awesome. And Trump himself seems to agree with us. He's vowed to come in and be a dictator for a day when he's reelected, using his first day in office to begin smashing the deep state and setting up the next 4 years of his presidency. And the people are all for it. Take a look at this voter who says out loud what many Americans are thinking quietly. Watch.
The other day, Donald Trump said on his first day he's going to be a dictator for a day.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Would you rather have Donald Trump as a dictator for 4 years or reelect Joe Biden for 4 years?
I would rather have Donald Trump. I'd like to see the repeal of the Roosevelt law so that he can be a president for a lot more than 4 years. But this country needs a dictator. I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
And see, they had these people desperate, okay, to the point that they wouldn't even mind the dictator. You see, the elites want people to be desperate. Okay? They want people to be desperate for a dictatorship, man. All right, and this is leading, all right, to the NWO, man, his New World Order. Okay, which is going to be a harsh dictatorship. But you see, all right, these goof-ass Edomites, they're already prepped, okay, for a dictator, man. He said, look, we need a dictator, and this is what the elites want. All this is nothing but different psyops, okay? Got people all over the place, and now people are desperate to the point to that, yeah, we need a dictator. You see? It's all right, a mind game. All right, and the elites, okay, had these people exactly where they want them. The fact that they even trust in Trump so much, and Trump is nothing. Trump is juiced in. Yep, order out of KO. You know, but Trump is juiced in. They act like Trump is working outside of the will of the elites. Absolutely not. Okay. So let's some more play.
But to know, on a serious note here, Trump's Dictator for a Day plans are related to the wider Project 2025 agenda that's been embraced by the Trump campaign and has been designed to undo at least some of the damage that's been done since the Globo Homo Uniparty took complete control with their 2020 color revolution. Under Project 2025, the renewed Trump administration will, from day one, use the powers already held by the executive branch to rout Bolsheviks from America's government. Among other things, the plan calls for thousands of useless federal employees to be sent home permanently. For the positions that aren't slashed for good, useless Fed workers will be replaced with people who are actually willing to work. What a concept. Project 2025 also calls for restoring reason to our day-to-day lives by reeling back the pro-pervert protections that have forced sodomite lifestyles into the eyes of kids and everyone else each time they step out into public life. Regulations will be slashed, and America's economic engine, which was deliberately shut off when Trump was forced from office, will be turned back on. Even better, Project 2025 is already causing Christ haters to melt down since it calls for the banning of pornography and other filth. And most importantly, Project 2025 directly calls for Christianity, the religion that this country was founded on, to return to its rightful privileged place in society. The American identity cannot be separated from Christianity, the project reads, and that's a direct quote. Hilariously, as support for the project has grown, the desperate Uniparty has taken to using Jewish actors to produce anti-Project 2025 content, warning that by banning pornography and securing our borders and firing federal leeches, America will begin the long march toward a Christian dictatorship. Well, if that's what a Christian dictatorship consists of, then sign me up.
See that? So they're hoping Trump, all right, brings a Christian dictatorship because, America has become, just filth. America has just become lewdness. Okay? Under the Democrats, which it doesn't matter. It's all of the elites. All right, but they use the Democrats, to just push all right, the lewdness. Okay? If a brother can put those precepts dealing with Sodom and Gomorrah. All right? And that's what America has become. Modern day Sodom. Okay? And that's why they get the same judgment. I believe it's one in Jeremiah 49 and one in Isaiah 13, Bob Kashah. And we can get them. You see, America is done too much to be undone. The next generation, the children have already been exposed to too much. Okay? The teenagers, so-called, teenagers, the 12, 13, 14, 15, that generation is gone. And they are already working on the kindergartners for the generation after. Okay? This place is done. All right? It's got to the point that the only solution is nukes. Okay? That's the only solution for America, man. All right? Not no Christian dictatorship. All right? And Christianity is played out. All right? Because Christianity has nothing to do with the Bible. Okay? Yep, this is on the brother. Priest Nah. GMS, look up Isaiah 13 and 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, what we spoke of earlier. It's a spirit. All right, America was, the nation that the elites, paraded around the earth is how people should be, how nations should model themselves. Okay, so it was the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, man. America was the model for the New World Order citizen. Complete lewdness, man. Okay? Do as thou wilt. It says shall be is when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? Verse 20, how did Sodom and Gomorrah get overthrown? Fire. Okay, what was the end game for Sodom and Gomorrah? So you're trying to heal America, but the Lord has pronounced the same judgment for Babylon as ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, man, which was through fire, man. Brimstone. Okay? Their place was turned to a desert. All right, verse 20, it says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, man. So America, all right, is going to be reduced to a desert. No inhabitants, man. Okay? And the Trump Christian dictatorship is not going to stop this from happening, man. Okay? America is finna be an uninhabited desert. Only by desert creatures, man. No people. Okay? It's the brother Ahava hopes to be of the number by Jeremiah 49:18. It says, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord, no man shall dwell, all right, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. So you have these prophecies speaking about how Babylon is going to be destroyed to the point of no inhabitants, man. Okay? So the lewdness is already, played. It's already too infested. When something gets too infested, you just got to do away with it, man. That's even the law. If a house had too much mold, you eventually have to just burn that house down. There's nothing you can do. Okay, and America is that house that has too much mold, too much filth, to where it just has to be destroyed, man. Okay, no hope for America, man. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward it. I want to get to the 9-minute mark, probably about here, because he bring this guy in. And he's all right, desperate as hell. Okay, hoping Trump is going to save the day. So let me let it play.
So if there's not accountability, if there's not extreme accountability, if you can't go after and charge somebody like Fauci for crime.
Let me see.
Country, if we don't have a border, and we're also not a true country if our laws mean nothing, and the people in positions of power just get to be tyrannical, murderous dictators. Fauci was the dictator, not Trump.
Right. And look at what Joe Biden is doing. For all intents and purposes, he's a dictator, except that he's not actually the one running the show. But what determines what a dictator? They prosecute their enemies using the Justice Department while being completely immune to that themselves, and immunity that they extend to their close family members. They censor unfriendly press, which obviously they do, and we have all of the evidence of people embedded in big tech censoring individual stories or individuals themselves. You have a loyal press that will never question you and always say your side of the story. And we have stories now about Biden going around the mainstream media and demanding that they cover his campaign more friendly, and they've agreed to do that. You imprison protesters, you wield unconstitutional powers, you dehumanize your opponents, as we've seen him do time and time again, calling all of us domestic terrorists and dangerous and, shutting us down. You have show trials, you federalize the police. I mean, they're doing everything that a dictator does. So the fear of a dictator sort of falls flat when they are continuously supporting a dictator. But I think that clip that you played of the guy saying America needs a dictator, I think that's reflective of the sense that Americans have that all of the problems that we face could legitimately be solved in maybe a week if you had somebody who was patriotic and empowered like a dictator would be. And so I think it's reflective of the knowledge that Americans have that whether it's the border or COVID and the jabs or the wars overseas or the poverty or like all of these things, they're man-made, they're on purpose. And we're frustrated that we keep sending people, Republicans, into office with the promise of fixing these things and it just going absolutely nowhere. They end up either not helping at all or actually contributing to the Democrats' plan to tear down the country. So I don't think that people actually want a dictator for real, and maybe he does, but I think it's just reflective of the reality that people understand that it would take a matter of hours to solve the border. You know what you do? You say, build a wall, expel everyone, sign that order, give it away. As if that's followed through, then the illegal immigration system is undone. So it's reflective of the fact that these problems, so-called problems that we face, are man-made by design, easily solvable if the will was there. So people have a fantasy of just if somebody had the power and the patriotism, they could get us back on the right track in 24 hours. Literally 24 hours, I think it would take.
No, I think you're right. I also think there's some seeding of the public narrative going on here. I think there's also the possibility of them saying he's going to be a dictator and regurgitating this. I mean, if Trump wins in November, they're going to be riots. I mean, the left is going to riot. They're going to try to burn cities down. And really, the ball will be in President Trump's court, right? What are you going to do about it this time? Are you just going to allow it to happen? Or are you going to actually allow law and order to reign? And who cares if they call you a dictator? They're already calling you a dictator. But if you send the National Guard in and you actually start cleaning up the streets and, again, reestablishing law and order, I mean, the majority of American people are going to be with you. Who cares? You're never going to please MSNBC. You're never going to please Paul Ryan's Fox News. They're always going to lie about you. And so I that's what they're scared. I think they know that too. I think they know that the gloves are coming off and he really is going to make sure there's law and order in this country. In the event that the left decides to, burn, murder, loot again.
Well, I hope he does. And of course, we know that the game they play caused the problem, then provide the solution. And we've seen MSNBC or NBC come out with this story where they basically announced a coup. They say basically if Trump gets in and starts being tyrannical, the military will remove him, which what they mean is if Trump gets in, they'll send out their riot squads. They'll start burning cities down as Trump tries to go and reestablish control. They'll call that tyrannical and use that as an excuse to oust him from office. And this is really the major issue that we're dealing with, which is why I love that you brought up Project 2025, because Project 2025 seems to actually understand what's necessary to get us back on track. It will not be solved with one person. We need people in positions to carry out the orders of the people at the top, not to subvert and undermine them continuously. And, John Kerry said at World Economic Forum yesterday, he said, it doesn't matter if Donald Trump's elected, our agenda will progress regardless, right? And in not so many words, but basically saying it doesn't matter what the people want and who they elect. We have the marketplace. We control the economy. We will control what things happen, how things happen moving forward, which in a sense is true. We can't just rely on one person. And what would happen if Trump was a dictator, said, I'm a dictator now and I'm going to control everything? They would crash the economy. The Fed would crash the dollar. The military would perform a coup. We are so inundated with treasonous actors at this point that it's not going to happen overnight. And so we need to have a step-by-step long-term plan to replace the bad actors with patriotic people, with people who actually care about this country and our foundation and the underlying morals and principles behind our laws and rules. And 2025 really lays out, the Project 2025 by the Heritage Foundation seems to recognize that and has a plan for how to get those people in place. Because right now, it doesn't matter if you get Trump elected, his underlings are deep state actors who will not do what he orders and do the opposite instead. We saw them do that. They have performed a coup. And it all really centers around the main conflict that America's in right now, which is, do we have a representative democracy or not, a representative republic or not? Do the people have a say, or is it all completely, entirely controlled by unelected bureaucrats, unaccountable, faceless minions in the shadow government? I mean, that.
And the answer is yes. Okay. And the answer is yes. All right. And what we're seeing also is the atmosphere for a civil war, because the Trump supporters, they're all about Trump coming in and being a dictator and using the military on American citizens, which are the liberals, the left. Okay. And the liberals are all about calling Trump supporters extremists, hate groups. Okay. So the stage is being set. All right. And they're going to lump us up, all right, with the right, because the right has conservative views. The right is not with the, the freaky deaky, okay, of the liberals. Okay. They have more conservative views. So be prepared, just because we know how this devil operates, man. All right. The brother in, I think it's New Jersey. All right. I think it's a Channel Stay in the Spirit, the elder brother Tazawam, if I'm saying the name and the channel right. You know, brother can correct me if not. But he said he had a dream, you know, that they was picked up from camp and they was put in the back of the paddy wagon, okay? And you had a bunch of Trump supporters back there too, you know? So this devil is setting something up. All right, it can go so many ways. You know, he got everybody has, you know, the right have their hope in Trump. You know, Trump can lose the election. Trump, something can happen to Trump before the election, or he can get in and something happen to him. Okay. Like, you know, they do a coup on him. Like, it's so much, you know, because that movie Civil War, you know, when old boy told him that, look, I'm an American. He said, yeah. What type of American? Okay. So we see the stage being set, man. But at the end of the day, you devils finna lose, man. All right, all you devils, the left and the right. Okay, you finna lose. Okay, and it's like the brother put, yep, this is the brother. All right, Yaquab, the hopeful elect 3, Jeremiah 50:31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, said the Lord power of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. All right, and all you devils are proud. All right, all you devils, whether you on the left or the right, you have a lot to pay for. All right, and we're finna see you devils, all right, be in misery. All right, verse 32, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. All right, and these devils are trying to raise up America. It's done. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him, man. This place finna get nuked. Okay, all these talking points, all these interviews and podcasts on what needs to be done. No, you finna get nuked. Okay, that's what's going to be done. All right, the Lord gonna put the spirit on these other nations. All right, to turn this place to a desert. All right, this is Baruch 4:30. It says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice that thou fall." So now we're being comforted, and these people are about to fall. All right, our oppressors are about to fall. This is beautiful, man. Beautiful. All right. These niggas is losing, scrambling, trying to put their kingdom together, man. The Lord is acting on behalf of his elect, man. He's making good on his promises, man. All right, we should be comforted by these things. Okay, verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons, man. And speaking of a sheep, it's their horse, they ride the beast of America, man. For if she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. And there was those desert creatures, man. So the Lord finna turn their pride into mourning. All right, it's finna get way worse. It just begun. All right, this is just the beginning. All right, of sorrows, man. Okay, the Lord finna turn the pressure up. Okay, but this is good news for us. Because guess what? Verse 36: O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. Okay, so we're being gathered by this word, and we're going to be physically gathered by Yahushua. And Yahushua is going to be destroying, all right, this devil's empire in this society, all right, while we're in those chariots, man. Okay, this place is done. All right. I think the brother, the brother Bayan Yashala had a beautiful picture as a thumbnail. Let me see. Yep. Let me push this real quick. But yeah, man, I'm gonna show this picture. You know, this is this is finna be us, man. I don't know if you can see that. All right, you see those men, all right, the elect, okay, and crowns and robes on, looking at America be burnt. Okay, looking at the lake of fire, man. That's finna be our situation. You know, people post pictures on Facebook, my current situation. Well, this is finna be our current situation, man. In those chariots, man, they glass mingle with fire. Looking at this place burn. Okay. So yeah, that's the point. Lord will you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. Like I say, once again, give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the whole elect. Shalom. You know, Lord will, like I say, I'll be on this channel a lot this week. You know, like I say they clip GMS Kingdom Minded. You know, we got a strike. So Lord will be over here and also on the GMS Prisons of Yahushua. You know, so hey, the word don't stop. Shalom.